She kissed me one last time, then looked toward the door with a knowing smile. Well, looks like things are just getting started. The door opened, and there he was, shirt loose, eyes locked on both of us. He didn't ask questions. He just stepped forward. Before we begin, if you're a regular here and enjoying these stories, take a second to like and subscribe. It's one of the easiest ways to support the channel. Thanks. Now, let's begin. The moment the office emptied, he locked the door and drew me close. His lips met mine, warm and urgent, sparks rushing through me as he guided me to sit on the edge of his desk. He drew me closer still, his breath warm at my ear as he whispered how many nights he'd imagined being alone like this. Each subtle movement sent paper clips and scattered papers gently tumbling from the desk, but neither of us noticed. I felt urgency beneath his controlled movements, growing stronger every moment. Holding tightly onto him, head tilted back, I lost myself completely in our private world. His breathing deepened, body tense, as though restraining powerful emotions. I felt a tremble in his fingertips, holding me like he'd waited forever for this moment. I whispered his name softly, warmth flooding through me, tension rising until time itself paused around us. He exhaled deeply, chest rising and falling, fully embracing our closeness. For a long, peaceful moment, we lingered quietly together in the comforting silence of the empty office. Eventually, he brushed his lips gently across my cheek. "She's been dropping hints lately," he said. I hesitated, looking into his eyes. "Your wife?" He nodded calmly. "Not jealous hints. Curious ones. Asking questions she never asked before." "Like what?" I asked, pulse quickening. His fingertips softly touched my hand. "She asked how I'd feel about inviting someone else into our relationship." My heart skipped, eyes widening. "You're serious?" He smiled confidently. I thought she was teasing at first. I shifted, suddenly alert. "Do you think she suspects something between us?" He met my gaze directly, reassuring and steady. "She might." The next morning, I woke up still wrapped in the memory of him. Not regret, just a comforting echo of what we'd shared. Luckily, it was Saturday. No alarms. No obligations. Just sunlight drifting through the curtains. Scenes and thoughts I couldn't push away. Stretching beneath the blankets, I felt peaceful, replaying every word he'd whispered, every careful touch, every moment he made me feel special. Part of me knew I should have felt guilty. He was married after all. But the way he looked at me, like I was irresistible, stayed vividly in my mind. And it didn't feel wrong. It felt electric. My thoughts drifted lazily, recalling his quiet voice, reassuring touch, and the warmth in his eyes. My breathing slowed as I remembered our closeness. Natural. Right. Buzz. My phone vibrated gently on the nightstand, pulling me from my thoughts. I reached over, still caught between memory and curiosity. Her name flashed across the screen, followed by a message that made my heart jump. "I know. No, I'm not angry. I'm curious about you." I froze instantly, recalling his words, the careful way he had explained her growing curiosity. I'd thought he was teasing at the time, but now it felt undeniably real. Another message appeared, an inviting image. She stood smiling warmly in a casual robe, effortlessly comfortable. Her expression was open and confident, her gaze steady, genuinely interested. Below the photo, 2 simple words, "Come over." Not anger, not jealousy, just a genuine invitation, unexpected, yet impossible to ignore. Warmth rose softly inside me, though this time, my thoughts weren't centered around him. They were entirely fixed on her. Taking a steady breath, I quickly typed a reply, fully sure of my decision. "Tell me when." I placed the phone down gently, closed my eyes, and let thoughts of her quietly take hold until hers was the only name left in my mind. Her reply came just after noon. "Tonight. Come whenever you're ready." Clear. Simple. Confident. I stared at the message a moment too long, then jumped out of bed, suddenly energized. Without overthinking, I showered, dressed, thoughtfully choosing something casual, yet intentional. Even after preparing, with hours still ahead, my nerves kept me restless. When I finally arrived, my heartbeat was louder than my car's engine. The house was beautiful, modern, sleek, warm lights glowing through large windows. Everything felt precise, elegant, perfectly matching her. Taking a deep breath, I rang the doorbell. She opened it, barefoot in a comfortable gray robe, greeting me with a warm smile, as if we'd been friends forever. "Hi," she said gently. "Hi," I replied, pulse quickening as her gaze thoughtfully took me in. She stepped aside to let me in. "You're even prettier in person," she remarked softly, closing the door behind us. Unsure what to say, I smiled gratefully, following her down a hallway lined with tasteful art and a soft, fresh fragrance. "You seem nervous," she observed kindly. "Maybe a little," I admitted. She turned fully toward me, relaxed and reassuring. "You don't have to be. We both know why you're here." I nodded. The air was charged with quiet excitement, louder than words ever could be. She moved toward me slowly, eyes gentle, understanding everything I hadn't said. "I get it," she whispered warmly. "Neither of us planned this." Her hand gently touched mine, immediately calming my nerves. "Now that you're here," she continued, smiling, "we have some time before he comes home." Without waiting, she leaned in, giving me a soft, reassuring kiss, natural, as if we'd always belonged in that moment. Taking my hand again, she led me deeper into the house. Without hesitation, I followed.